Hey everyone, Shane here with etrailer.com, and today I'm going to walk through how to reseal the top of your camper or RV. Every 5 to 7 years, you need to look at the seal that's going around any of your components on top of your roof and along their sides. If any of it is cracking or coming up like this, it needs to be replaced. The reason we want to replace it is because anything that is going down on the roof has something that is going down inside of the roof or inside the ceiling. So if we don't have anything sealing the edge, what can happen is water can get underneath and it can cause damage inside your roof. You may not see it for many years down the road until you start seeing it on your ceiling. By that time, not only all the insulation is soaked on the inside, but also the ceiling inside is going to be wet, and you're going to have to replace a lot of extra stuff that you don't otherwise want to do. It's going to cost you a lot of extra money. So do some routine maintenance every 5 to 7 years. Look at it. If it's peeling up like this or if it's cracked like that one over there, it can potentially cause water damage. We're going to be using LaSalle Bristol's self-leveling sealant, and that's going to be for any horizontal surface, so anything up on top of the roof. And then for anything that's vertical and maybe on the side, you're going to use the Non-Sag Sealant. Now these are going to come in beige or white. They're going to work, they're going to be universal sealant, so they're going to work on many different types of membranes. But not only that, they're also going to work with brass, steel, glass, PVC, EPDM, TPO, and TPV. So they're going to adhere to a lot of different materials. They're also going to hold up in a lot of different weather conditions. You know, we're not going to have to worry about, you know, in the coldest temperature or the hottest temperature, the material breaking down and causing a leak. It's designed to hold up against all those weather conditions. When installing this, one, it's a good idea to clean your roof, get any dirt or anything like that off so that this adheres to the roof membrane as good as possible. Also, when putting it on, after you get it done, you want to make sure you let it dry for 24 to 48 hours. So after that 24 to 48 hours, or before that 24 to 48 hours is up, you want to make sure it doesn't get wet. You want to make sure you don't travel with your camper or your RV. Before we install this, we need to make sure we remove any of the old stuff and clean up the roof so that when we put this on, we get a good, it adheres well to the top of the roof or the membrane. This is coming up pretty easy. And again, look right there, that edge is potentially open, so water can get underneath of there and cause damage that we really don't want. So this is actually coming off a lot easier than I've ever seen any other one come off. If it's not doing this and where it's cracked, you're going to take a plastic putty knife. You want to make sure you don't damage the membrane. And we're going to try and get it as clean as possible. We want to remove the old stuff, as I mentioned before. Once we get it all cleaned up, we'll take our self-leveling sealant. I'm going to be using beige so it matches the roof and the camper. And we're just going to lay down a new bead. As you can see, I'm not going right on that edge just yet. Going up above it. What this stuff is going to do, here it sits for a little bit, it's going to start flattening out. So I'm going to put a bead up here first, and then I'll come back and put one down below, right along the edge where this is going to the roof membrane, and then the two are going to form together and then flatten out. So it gives it a good cover. Once you get one done, you're going to move over to the next one and repeat the process. Once you get it laid on, you want to make sure you leave it on for 24 to 48 hours without any water hitting it or without going down the road and wind blowing on it. Now there's a couple of ways you can do these. The cracks there, if you want it to go over the top of it, you can. I myself don't like that because this is cracking under here. You're only covering the crack. Well, the new stuff that you're putting on, with it not adhering to the actual piece that you're putting it on and the membrane, it could potentially come off of this, may not adhere to it well, and also it could fail real soon or fail a lot sooner. So, you know, you have a crack there, the new stuff you put on, you're just covering up an old crack, doesn't adhere to it, it cracks, you're having the same problem, you're gonna have to rip it all off anyway. So, my opinion, go ahead and just take off as much as you can of the old stuff, clean it up, put the new stuff on so you get a good solid, so it adheres well to both surfaces. Once you've got everything covered, you're ready to go. It's going to do it for a look at installation on LaSalle Bristol's self-leveling and non-sag sealants.